system. And I see three guys in studio. But anyways, yeah, but it's good to have you guys. Let me say good evening first, Mr. Momo. How are you? Welcome to the state broadcaster.
Thank you. Thank you. It is my pleasure to be on this very important media today to discuss Liberia education system.
Great. And you were accompanied by let me get you. What's up? Welcome.
Yeah, thank you, brother. Thank you for the invite.
You have to come close to the microphone so that yeah. So welcome again. How are you today?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, now brother in the goal.
Okay, thank you so very much. And I'd like to extend a bigger one to the management team, at least for ensuring that all listening population listen to the voices of the actual people who develop the news. So I am Ishiaka Emnye. I happen to be the regional chairperson of the MCSS Parent Teacher Association. I'm glad to be here.
Thank you. Yeah, I didn't get your name.
Yeah, and my name is Richardson A.S. Kuban. I am Director for Education Delivery Services at the Ministry, at the MCSS.
Yeah, Mr. Momo, how long have you been at the MCSS?
I was appointed on March 21st, 2004, and I was inducted.
You mean 2014? 2024?
Yes, 2024.
Okay.
And I was inducted in office on the 12th of April, 2024.
Great. Welcome to the Bumper Show. I know you are new at the MCSS. I know you have your own goals and vision as you lead a very reputable institution. Tell us, what's your vision for the MCSS for the time you'll be there?
So, you say I'm new to the MCSS.
In the position,
Okay, yes, if you say so. But I am a veteran in the education system in Liberia. I have over 20 years of experience teaching high school as well as the various universities we have here. So I am not somebody new in our education system. Regarding my vision,
sure.
Before I came to the MCSS, I observed that there is a complete disconnect between high school and college education. And so coming to the MCSS, our vision is empowering the young generation, the next generation, through breaking the cycle of poverty with education. We will break the cycle of poverty with education. So our vision is empowering the next generation by breaking the cycle of poverty through education.
How do you intend to do that?
So we have like about 6 pillars that we want to use to be able to accomplish this. We have a clear mission, and that mission is to ensure that through holistic education, the system will be able to provide equitable and equal education that empowers students to break the cycle of poverty in Liberia.
The MCSS is a very big institution. As we speak, since you've been there, what have you seen so far that needs some sort of, attention? Serious one too.
So when we got at the MCSS, the first thing we did was to do a comprehensive assessment. Assessment in terms of infrastructure, assessment in terms of the kind of caliber of faculty members we have. And when it comes to the infrastructure, I tell you, we have a big challenge. The schools are in deplorable conditions. Some of the schools don't even need renovation. They need to be rebuilt. Our schools are lack of laboratories. Libraries are in deplorable conditions. And, of course, when we came at the MCSS, we came across a lot of volunteers. volunteers in the classroom teaching, almost 200 volunteers. And you know, when you have these volunteers in the classroom, it brings serious issue in terms of the delivery of quality educational services.
Okay.
It introduces business in the classroom. Volunteer teachers have no options but to take money from students.
Some volunteer teachers.
Some volunteer teachers.
Okay.
We don't want this. And that's what I was very clear. I told my boss, the Minister of Education, that we don't need volunteer teachers in our classroom because the vision we have for Liberia, breaking the cycle of poverty with education, that only happens when we have teachers with passion, teachers that have the requisite competence, teachers that have the material to deliver in the classroom effectively. And so to do this, the teachers need to be on payroll because they are the most important element in our school system. They take instruction, they take the curriculum into the classroom. Therefore, we can't afford to see our teachers in the classroom teaching as volunteer teachers.
Are you succeeding on that path?
Absolutely. In fact, the president is 100% in support of this because the president understands that Mr. Momo is not just looking at the MCSS. He's looking at education across Liberia.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean, the MCSS has over 25 schools in the system, and some of the challenges you just outlined are unique to most of these schools. Like you said, you already started succeeding that. I mean, for how long will you be on this campaign?
You know, in this country, you talk about free education, but there are no alternative, way of mobilizing resources to support the program, the free education program. President Boakai, his agenda, the RS agenda, focus on education because education is the bedrock. So to ensuring that the agenda, is effectuated to fruition. So we are working closely with the Minister of Education. We are closely working with the President of Liberia to ensure that some of these challenges are addressed. But today here, I will be recommending some other alternative solution to mobilizing resources to support the free education in Liberia.
And what are those strategies?
So we want to get the communities involved. We want the community members, district residents to take full control of education in their districts.
Okay.
In the US, you always hear free education. Yes, but residents in those various counties or states take full responsibility. I tell you today, let's take, for example, District 6. I understood it has over 50,000 residents, eligible voters. The moment you are eligible to vote, it means that you are making decisions in our country.
Is it that people are not taking education as a, let me rephrase, because you talk about ownership.
Yes, I'm
So
coming
is
to that.
it that people are not owning education? That's why you see some of the challenges continuing to exist.
Absolutely. So what I'm telling you now is we will soon begin to visit communities to talk to them about how they can take ownership of their educational programs in their district. For example, assuming that we have 40,000 eligible voters in District 5, and then each eligible voter just decide to give $2,400 towards education, Liberian dollars, which is not even up to $15. Once you pay that, we will get a total of 500,000 Once you gave us 500,000, 2,400 per person in your district, with 40,000 residents paying 2,400, we'll realize something like 500,000.
Is it
And if-
achievable? Is it something workable here
This
in
is-
Liberia?
It will work. It will work. The people just need to see the vision. For example, I have 3 children, or let's say I have 4 kids I'm supporting in private school, and I'm paying 20,000. That's 80,000. If you deduct 2,400, you have almost 70 something thousand that you're going to save, and your children will now go to school free, no pay, nothing. You see that? So in 3 years period, we will be able, because 500,000 in the district, and let's say government decide to say, okay, district 5, we're going to add 300,000 to the 500,000 you have. That's 800,000. 800,000 will be able to build 3 solid schools for us. And if we do that in 3 years period, we're going to have almost 15 schools in a single district. So
The policy sounds good,
Yes.
but the willpower and convincing, because it's totally new in Liberia. If you were to embark on such,
But this is
venture,
that's where now we're going to give. Look, effective communication is very important. That's why I just gave you an example.
Okay.
Hey, I have 5 kids, and I'm paying $20,000. That's 100,000. I pay 2,400. All the 5 children will go to government schools without paying anything. If this drive holds in the next 10 years, look, every school across Liberia will have a bus. They will have clinics, libraries, labs, all will be set.
I mean,
And
thankfully,
a lot of people, this will reduce the number of dropout students. And that's why you see every time I go on air, I discuss these issues. Because you know why? Take, for example, from Congo Town all the way to LU, University of Liberia, you only have this one major government school, Tubman High. We can't accommodate all the students. The moment these students are out of ninth grade and they can have the opportunity to go to Tubman High, Gibson, they drop because the parent cannot afford to attend.
thankfully,
You
you've
see?
been in education in Liberia for decades. I mean, what's your fair understanding and your fair, analysis of education? Is it been fully supported as support is online?
So in the first place, let me just define education for you. Education is feeding the mind, but we should be able to feed the mind with standard delivery of services so that when our students are out of high school, out of university, then they become an asset to Liberia. Our schools in Liberia, from elementary, junior high, even the university, are now fully supported. And that's why we see that big gap.
What sort of impact that is having, on the overall to education?
So for example, today in Liberia, many of our students, when they are out of high school, they can speak, they can write, they can read, and they are unable to pass the West African examination.
What's the attribution?
So, no, let me tell you.
What do you want to attribute that to?
So, several factors.
Is it the teacher's competence? Is it the environment, the community,
so
or
there
the
are,
system?
so there are so many factors responsible for this, and I attribute the factors to government. Imagine government is having teachers in the classroom teaching, volunteer teachers. What do you expect? Even the private schools, yes. We appreciate private schools helping, to educate the children of Liberia. But we also understand that at the end of the day, money is introduced into our system, government, the kind of system that need to be put in place, the kind of support that's supposed to be there for effective delivery of educational programs in this country is lacking. It's lacking absolutely. For example, you go to the University of Liberia. I graduated from the University of Liberia. I became a TA. I taught there. I became coordinator for the Department of Biology. When you get at the University of Liberia, almost 60% of the teachers are not full-time employees.
Part-timers, yeah.
They are part-timers. Take pay after midterm and take pay after final exam. What do you expect? Students who are not adequately prepared will now have an opportunity to register courses on our instructors that are part-time teachers. So at the end of the day, they find their way out. And that's why I tell you, when I see teachers coming to apply to teach in our MCSS school system, I tell them, say, hey, when you come here, you must be equipped, because you have to understand the content of the material that you are coming to teach. You must first of all understand the material. We want to deviate from this conventional way of teaching where the teacher takes lead in the classroom.
Okay.
Today we are saying the student must take lead in the classroom. So if you are coming to our MCSS schools to teach, you must be like Mr. Momo, who used to go in the classroom and just teach without taking a sheet of paper in the classroom. Those are the kind of teachers I want to teach see in my school. Yes.
Wonderful. This is the Bumper Show, Mr. Momo. James A.S. Momo is a superintendent of the Monrovia Consolidated School System. He is my guest. We have two others. Sorry, because of the time, we're not too concentrated. But let me go to the PTA coordinator, right? Regional chairperson. I mean, how is the PTA involved with the MCSS?
Thank you so very much. Let me establish here clearly that the MCSS is a subset of the Ministry of Education, and the Ministry of Education has something called the Educational Act. And in that act, whenever you read a paragraph, you come across a word called stakeholders, educational stakeholders. When you look into the educational stakeholders, you will find what they call PTAs. And similar to that is what we copy to the Monrovia Consolidated School System. And we as parents, we are acutely aware that indeed the quality education that our children will acquire, we consider it to be our social security. And if I'm asked what do I mean that our children are considered the social security, because obviously social security is a place where monies and other valuable items are kept. Okay. We find ourselves under the MCSS. That means where we are converting or sending our children, because we believe that of the government institution, there is a boundary between the MCSS and that of the MOE schools.
Sure.
Yeah, there is a boundary. One, in terms of supervision. We understand that the supervision from
I was just
angle,
asking about your own involvement. How are you involved in terms of supporting the school system?
Okay. We are aiding the system.
Okay.
Because obviously the government may not have the strength to fully support all of our institutions. So beneficiaries within those institutions can take a responsibility to actually augment the strength of national government. And as parents, we are playing that role. And I'm glad and I'm so happy that our participation, our assistance, every single support that we are rendering to the MCSS, we've been commended, we've been appreciated by the leadership, even including Mr. Momo. So I want to say thank you so much. We are here. We are prepared to actually work alongside with you because your agendas are all impressive. They are all fine. And then we believe that if you can exercise or if you can practicalize everything, at the end of the day, the parents will be the end beneficiary.
Wonderful. Let me go to my man, Mesita. He made a very last minute. How are you complementing the vision of Mr. Momo? I mean, he has so many vision. He intends to, even not if, but to make the MCSS schools even more enviable, if you may. I mean, how do you intend to support that vision as a crack team?
So, Mr. Momon came to the MCSS and he has a team. And on that team, I happen to be one of the senior members on that team that is responsible for education delivery services. As you heard him saying, he has a clear vision to make sure that the arrest agenda is practicalized. Education is one of the pillars of the arrest agenda. And when we came to the MCSS, the first thing we did, we tried to do analysis of our student performance in both external and internal exams and to assess our instructional staff and before the infrastructure. Because as you know, as you just lamented, to be able to, all of this vision must be translated into student success. And as he said, and that student success, we're talking about students should be able to read, they should be able to write, they should be able to pass external and internal exams. So we have been helping the process. And then we have our own vision because we've met the MCSS at a stage where you've been hearing for the past years, the performance have not been too good in external exam. So we are taking it from there and we're making sure he has done a lot of stuff he has been doing. He just traveled, he was just in Sierra Leone trying to see how we can copy the educational system of our neighboring country and to see where we need to move forward, to improve some improvement or other things. So we are helping the process in so many ways. We are aiding the process in so many ways.
Great. I mean, Chief Momo, I know you have a clear vision for the MCSS. But as it stands, what could be your biggest achievement in the last 3 months since you've been to the MCSS?
Okay, so when I came to the MCSS, some of the things I've been doing is, first of all, to inspire, to motivate our, workers.
Okay.
So the first thing I did was internal promotion.
Okay. Did you fire some of the people that were around?
Look, let me tell you this.
Did you fire? I just want a yes or no.
No.
Okay.
Let me tell you, in the education sector, that's a professional area. I don't look for faults.
Okay.
We look for challenges. When we identify your challenges, we build your capacity in that area to make you more effective. So when I came to the MCSS, we had 2 vacancies that existed. That has to do with the HR director was pensioned, and we just took somebody from within who has the requisite competence to perform that function, and we promoted the individual, and we just did that, from one position to another. And so when you get to that place today, they are happy because Mr. Momo did not look at party, did not look at region, tribe. No. I see Liberia. I don't see tribe. I don't see party. I see Liberia, and I see my vision is to break the cycle of poverty in Liberia through education.
Wonderful.
So we also have a vacancy, director of administration, and we took somebody from within and we promoted them. That's one. And then, like I said, there's a complete disconnect in our education system. What that means is that our students are not adequately prepared for college education. So some of the things I did, I met with the ministers of education in Sierra Leone. I met with the labor minister. I went there to get a comprehensive idea with respect to how their educational program look like. And in that meeting, the meeting was very fruitful. The Sierra Leone government, through the Minister of Education, is prepared, willing to build the capacity of our teachers. So today we can send our teachers to Sierra Leone. They can get specialized in courses that are taught in our schools. So that is one achievement. I was also able to sign an MOU with Shada University in India. And by the end of this month or first week in September, 10 of our teachers will be going to India, get specialized in courses that are taught in high school. So in the next 5 years, I really don't want to see our teachers with bachelor's degree teaching in our high school. So like I said, we break the cycle of poverty through education, but quality delivery of educational services. That's why I want to equip our teachers. I'm also receiving guests by October from Canada, and they will come and collaborate with us. They will be involved in education and also agriculture. You know, these are the kind of programs that we are trying to bring into our school system.
Wonderful. 077056776 who had less than now 8 minutes to go. So we'll take at most few calls and then we'll get to you. I mean, your visions are so unique, and hoping that you get the strength to accommodate these landmark goals. 077056776407705677664. This is the Bomba Show. We'll be there and having a great time this hour. Let's talk to this person. Good evening.
Hello.
Good evening. Welcome to the Bomba Show. Welcome. Go ahead. 30 seconds, please. Be brief.
Yes, and listening to you. Yes. So that our problem is that we get the people how to me. Yeah. They are different education officers. They are people.
Thank you. Thank you so much. No time, please. Hello.
Yeah, well, good evening.
Good evening. Welcome. Just 30 seconds, please.
Yeah, this is Alvin Fakwana, and I call from Central Morovia on nominal MCSS. In fact, it's the superintendent is not sincere in terms of exposition. They actually says in Togo, it is degrading the institution or the entity. There's a man who said he did a set on the various MCSS schools, and in fact, most of the schools are dilapidated. What have you? Yeah, where there is money allocated in the national budget. It is 6,000 that is set up for renovation of school buildings. They single-handedly took that money to contract a company that did not go through the PPCC project to influence MCS administrative building, leaving the school dilapidated. That is an error. So how are you going to say you want to change the educational sector through the MCS? And in fact, your assistant superintendent is recommending that we renovate the schools.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. We'll be very brief. Hello, welcome.
Good evening. This is Brother Robert Kola.
Robert Kola, you have 30 seconds, please. Go ahead.
My point of view is that they have this campaign and we still working. What are the things they have on county like for Bon County, for Morovia, and knowing the fact that Liberia just now Morovia.
Yeah, so that's why they have is Monrovia schools. Sorry, is the MCS is not a Ministry of Education. They just a subset of the ministry. Hello, welcome.
Yeah, hello, how are you?
Yeah, fine. Go ahead.
Okay, this is Mr. Hadi MCC, member of the faculty representative of the MCSS.
Go ahead.
And I call you directly from Logantown.
Yeah, please. 30 seconds. Just be brief.
Okay,
no
so
time.
I just want to commend the superintendent in the studio there. He deliberated on several things. Among those are issue of employing the volunteers in the system. That is good.
Okay.
But there is also another issue that have just risen up, which is between he and his deputy superintendent, his assistant superintendent.
Who is the deputy?
I'm saying the assistant superintendent,
The
Mr.
assistant.
Robertson.
Okay.
Okay, who this morning will understand he has written communication to various institutions that administrators should not do any business with him. We want to know why, and he should please deliberate on this in this office. Thank you.
Thank you. This is the last caller. Hello, welcome. Hello. Oh my God. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening.
Hello.
Go ahead.
My name is John Kumen, and I call you from Aratown.
Yeah, please. 30 seconds. You should be our last caller.
Good evening to the Honorable Superintendent James A.S. Mumu. Well, I'll call basically as a parent in the system. We have noticed that the schools are in deplorable condition. But again, we are getting information from Central Office 12 that teachers, the superintendent and his deputy, they are falling apart because the money that was allocated to run the school, our school in Clarktown, the school in West Point, but was diverted to the person of the disadvantage of the school, but rather use a central office of the system.
Thank you. I think he has listened. You will again take all the calls. 31 missed call. I'm like, But let me just get your reaction. What is happening between you and your assistant? Just be brief. We go have like 2 more minutes to go.
So in the first place, it's true. I asked the principals not to do any business with the assistant superintendent because the CSA standing order says that if you are not in the employ of any institution, you should not be allowed to even be around or to sign any, sensitive document. Since Mr. Robertson was appointed, he has not brought his letter of appointment. So against this background, we say now that the CSA is talking about having people who, are not in the employ to stay away. So the
only issue he has not brought forth his letter of appointment from the office of the president.
That's one part. That's one part of it. He does not have he's not working in alignment with our vision to transform this.
But the both of you have the same presidential appointments. So why you think you not have the same vision that align with your vision?
So one thing I want you to understand is this: the act that created the MCSS clearly states that the assistant superintendent is appointed by is recommended by the superintendent to the board, and then the board will in turn, serve letter of appointment. But it didn't work that way. It went the other way. Okay. But again, when the president appoints you, you must be able to come with your appointment letter. And then I hope
you can set to school. But
I want to let me clear this issue.
Let's use that one as your parting comment. We have our next program coming up. So let me just get your parting comment. I hope we can find maybe time next week so we can discuss some of the low-hanging issues at the MCSS.
So, let me tell you, the reason why Liberia is like this?
Tell me.
Many of our people don't like good people. People who have the vision to transform this country. They don't like them. They like people who make noise, people who have no understanding as to how issues should be resolved, policies that can develop this country. They don't have that. And it has become so easy these days. You get in political party, the party win, you the mayor.
Thank you.
So
thank you, Chief. I will find some time. Thank you so much. We have to go today on the bumper show, but it was nice. Thank you for coming and hoping that you come another time so we can have more time on the radio. Thank you so much, Mr. Momo.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Okay, I'm sorry. That's all the time we've got today to be on the Bumper Show. Hoping to be here Wednesday. Until then, my name is Emmanuel Colley. I enjoy the rest of the day.